Okay, hello everyone. In this part, we're going to introduce the wireless AC hot backup configuration. And as you can see in the figure, it's a basic hot backup architecture. AC1, AC2 works in hot backup mode, in which AC1 serves as the active AC and AC2 serves as the standby AC. AC1's priority is 7 and AC2 priority is default. AC1 and AC2 are connected to the internet by using a router, and the AP is connected to AC1 and AC2 by using a switch. The key points of the configuration is that first they configure the peer IP address, configure the AC1 hot backup priority to be 7, enable AC hot backup, and we should verify the hot backup running status. Okay, after knowing the key points, let's see the configuration. First, let's see the configuration on AC1. AP group Ruijie, we have created the AP group, which name is Ruijie, and interface mapping 110. I think you are familiar with this command, right? Number 1 here is WLAN ID, and 10 is WLAN ID. Okay, and then WLAN hot backup 2.2.2.2. So we have enabled WLAN AC hot backup, and the peer IP address is 2.2.2.2. Context 10, actually 10 here is instance ID. Okay, this is a backup instance, and priority level 7. Of course, in the requirement, we see that the priority of AC1 is 7. So priority level 7 is used to configure the priority value of AC1 in instance 10. And AP group Ruijie, we have binding it with AP group, which is Ruijie, we have just created. Okay, and the WLAN hot backup enabled. So enable the hot backup. Okay, and next step, AP config. This is MAC address of the AP 0000.0000.0001, and we have add the AP with this MAC address to the AP group Ruijie. Okay, this is AC1, and next AC2. Actually, the configuration is similar, and what difference is here? Firstly, the peer IP address is different. The peer IP is the IP address of the AC1, right? And except that on AC2, we did not configure the priority of this AC because it will use a default AC. The other configuration should be the same. Okay, this is about the basic configuration of the AC hot backup. And next, let's verify the results. By using the command shu WLAN hot backup 2.2.2.2, we can see that the WLAN hot backup is enabled, and the connect state right now is channel up. Okay, and let's see the rules. Hot backup rule is peer active, means AC1 is the active AC, and the priority is 7 as we have just configured. Okay, so in this way we can find the configuration is success. Okay, after doing the basic configuration of the AC hot backup, then let's see some precautions. Provide the same AP and AP group configuration on the active and the standby ACs. This is necessary. The ACs in the same hot backup group, the configuration should be the same, of course, except some, for example, IP address of this kind of parameters. The other configurations should be same. Provide some configurations in the same sequence on the two ACs. Pay attention here, even the configuration sequence should be the same. And run the interface mapping command in the same sequence in an AP group. Or fourthly, specify the same AP WLAN ID for both the active and the standby ACs. For example, here you can see configure unique WLAN for hot backup group. Okay, so here WLAN is 1, right? And we are mapping it with AP group Ruijie. Okay, and this AP group is binding with hot backup instance 10. Okay, and do not map the WLAN to other AP groups anymore. Okay, so this is first precaution you should know. And except that, to modify the AP group configuration, perform the modification on the active AC first, and then the standby AC. Pay attention here. If you want to modify the AP group configuration, we suggest that do that on the active AC first, and then standby one. This prevents AC exceptions caused by the AC configuration modification. Okay, and you are advised to reconnect the AP to the active and standby ACs after modification. Except that, pay attention to the AP name when making configurations of an offline AP. Because when the AP is connected to the first AC, AP name is changed, even if the name has been pre-configured on the both ACs. Consequently, the second AC cannot find the AP name when connecting the AP and may consider the AP configurations to be inconsistent, causing AP exceptions. So to change the AP name, configure the AP MAC address on the active and standby ACs, or wait until the AP is connected to both the ACs. So you can see here, we have configured the MAC address of these APs on both AC1 and AC2. Okay, this is another precaution you should know during the configuration. And since we have introduced that the AC hot backup have two working modes, so let's see the working mode of the AS, how to configure that. In an AS mode, all backup instances use the same AC as the active AC. So even if we have two backup instances, for example, context 10, context 20, if you want AC1 to be the active AC, so you should change the priority. You can see, change the priority of AC1 to be 7 in both instances. Context 10, priority level 7, context 20, priority 7. While on the other AC2, we can just use the default priority. So in this way, no matter in context 10 or context 20, AC1 will be the active AC. So let's verify the results. Show WLAN hot backup 2.2.2.2. You can see that in context 10, AC1 is the active AC. In context 20, AC1 is still the active AC, right? And of course, you can check or you can verify on AC2, and you will find that no matter in context 10 and context 20, AC2 is the backup or the standby. You can see standby. Okay, this is the configuration of the AS mode. And next is the AA mode. AA mode means that if we have two instances, for example, context 10, context 20, and in this case, AC1 is active in context 10, so we should change the priority in context 10. But in context 20, AC1 will use the default value. Okay. And while AC2 will use the default value in context 10 and will use priority level 7 in context 20. So in this case, you will find that AC1 is the active AC in context 10, AC2 is the active AC in context 20. So let's see if it's the same as what we have just said. Okay, so you can see that firstly, AC1 is active AC in context 10 and is a standby AC in context 20, while AC2 is standby AC in context 10, active AC in context 20. So you can see we have two contexts, and both AC1, AC2 are active ACs. This is called AA mode. Okay, after knowing the configuration of these two modes, and at last, let's see some precautions you should know during the configuration. First, implement keep alive detection between the ACs use a layer 3 channel. When designing the hot backup topology, make sure that ACs are reachable using the layer 3 channel. Ensure consistent AP configuration on the active and standby ACs. And to modify the configuration, make sure that the CM modification is made on both ACs. You can see here, CM. And in quick mode, the default keep live interval is 10 milliseconds. In normal mode, the default interval is 1 second and can be set to other values. The normal mode is used by default. Pay attention here. By default, we use a normal mode and the default value is 1 second. But you think if it's too long, you can use quick mode. And in hot backup, the active AC periodically sends keep live package. The period is, for example, 1 second in the normal mode and 10 milliseconds in the quick mode. Okay, based on this package, the standby AC monitors whether the active AC is working normally. If the standby AC does not receive keep live package for 3 consecutive intervals, it considers that the active AC to be faulty and notifies the AP to activate the backup kernel, and it will become the active AC. Okay, and the next point, ensure the CM configuration on the active and the standby ACs, of course, except some special configurations, for example, IP addresses, right? And if the AP or gateway or DHCP service is on the AC, we should enable the VRP and add the VRP DHCP to the hot backup group. If an AP goes online across the public network, this is a special scenario when the AC is in the public network. So in this case, the AC is mapped to the public network over a port, and during the configuration, we should set the peer IP address of the AC to the public IP address. Okay, and if the two ACs in hot backup have firewalls, we should allow data on these ports, for example, UDP ports 7425, 7435, and the TCP port 6425, 6435 to pass through. Okay, this is about the wireless AC hot backup configuration. Thank you for your listening.